Valheim's latest update added 3 brand new skills which are mega powerful at level 100. In this video, I'm going to detail the benefits each of these skills grant, how to gain XP for them, and of course, outline easy strategies for you to get level 100 as fast as possible. Starting with crafting being the most unique of the 3, providing benefits to both crafting items as well as building structures. Firstly, the crafting portion refers to anything manufactured at one of the game's crafting stations, starting with the workbench to most recently the Black Forge and Galder tables. Improving this skill will reduce the amount of time it takes to craft an item at any of the stations by up to a maximum reduction of 60% at level 100. Where this benefit truly shines when using the new multi-craft functionality also added in this update. When interacting with a crafting station, hold shift while crafting for the option to craft 5 instances of that item. Granted, you do have the resources to do so. However, when crafting 5, the time it takes to complete the craft increases proportionally. All the reason more to increase this skill. Further, the higher the skill, the increased chance the player will have of getting a random +1 drop to the item you're crafting, up to a max value of 25% at level 100. Whenever this does proc, you will hear a slight audio cue, but also the number of bonus items rewarded will be displayed on your screen in small text. Again, this effect is even more powerful when using multicraft, as in theory, you could get 5 extra of that item if you're lucky to have the +1 proc for each of them. With crafting aside, we must keep in mind that secondly, improving this skill will also reduce both the stamina usage and durability impact while using your hammer by up to 50% based upon your skill's level. With the benefits understood, you might now be asking, how do I level these skills? First, crafting an item at any of the game's 6 crafting stations gives you 1 XP and 5 XP in the case of using the multi-craft. Second, any placed build structure, big or small, all grant the same experience again with 1 XP. And thirdly, repairing structures also increases this skill by granting up to a maximum of 1 XP per repair, but is proportionate to the damage on the repaired structure. As an example, if repairing a wall piece at 50% durability, you gain half an experience point. The second and likely most emphasized skill in this update is the cooking skill. In addition to new cooking stations, meads, and feasts, you'll now be able to level this skill for 3 great benefits. First, increasing your cooking speed by up to 60% at level 100. Keep in mind, this increased speed only applies to the cauldron, new preparation table, and meat kittle. It does not increase the speed of items cooking on the base or iron cooking stations, nor the stone oven. Like crafting before it, this benefit truly reveals itself when using the multi-craft function. Second, you will have a chance to be rewarded with an extra cooked meal the higher your skill, peaking at 25% at level 100. Again, multi-crafting will give you 5 chances for this bonus. Where the cooking skill stands out is that the bonus rewarded meals can compound. To illustrate, in this case, netting me 7 bonus dough. From there, baking the bread in the stone oven, which this time netted me an additional 3 bonus bread. And third, raising your cooking skill will reduce the durability impact on the newly added serving tray when placing food on surfaces. To level your cooking skill, like crafting, you can gain experience in 3 ways. 1. Each meal you craft at either the cauldron or preparation table will give you 1 XP, again with the multi-crafting 5 times the experience. Second, placing an item on either cooking station or in the stone oven gives you an additional 0.4 XP. And third, retrieving the food from the appliances grants you another 0.6 XP for a total of 1 XP combining the placement and retrieval of the food. Weirdly, if you happen to burn your food at any of these stations, the 0.6 XP is still granted upon retrieval. There's currently a bug in the game that will allow you to max this skill mega fast, but before we get to that, let's check out the benefits of my personal favorite skill of this patch in farming. The first of the 3 benefits of a higher farming skill is a decrease in stamina usage using the cultivator, peaking at -50% at level 100. Second is related to the brand new scythe introduced in this update, which can be crafted by combining the scythe handle purchased from the Bog Witch after the defeat of Moder with silver. At base level, the scythe will allow you, when swung, to harvest crops and seeds within a 1.5 meter radius, which increases to 2.5 meters at level 100. Further, stamina usage while using the scythe will be decreased by up to 33% at peak level. Third, like the crafting and cooking skills before it, harvesting a crop will have up to a 25% chance of granting an extra drop. It's worth noting that the bonus resources will be rewarded from farming planted seeds, crops, but also foraging mushrooms and berries in the wild as well. To gain experience for this skill, you will need to do one of 3 things, starting with using the scythe. Each swing of this new tool will give you 1 experience, regardless of the number of crops you make contact with. Second, planting crops or cultivating earth with the cultivator also grants 1 XP. Third, harvesting any food, seed, mushroom, or berry will also grant you a single experience, which includes those found in the wild. Considering all that, the best and fastest way to level this skill, in my opinion, is to find a patch of ground and go ham with your cultivator, as all other methods require the planting and harvesting of crops, which will delay you while the crops grow. To maximize your efficiency, you will want to wear 2 pieces of clothing provided by Hildir that reduces stamina usage while using the cultivator. Alternatively, you could combine the newly added straw hat with either the harvest dress or tunic for a set bonus, awarding you plus 25 to your farming skill. With the optimal clothing, build an enclosed structure and place a fire within it to ensure you can get the rested and resting bonuses while farming your skill. Apart from that, all you're going to do is stand in this enclosure and spam cultivation of the ground as fast as you can to level this skill. To optimize this further, ensure you're using the best stamina foods, currently the roasted crust pie, scorching medley, and spicy marmalade, and of course, lingering stamina and tasty meats could provide another boost. Ensure you have a forge nearby, as you will be breaking your cultivator repeatedly during this process. For crafting, we can fortunately use the same dojo and apply the same stamina optimizing strategies, but in this case, using the hammer. For leveling crafting, we want to optimize our space and resource usage, and for that reason, I opt to spam the construction of 1x1 floor pieces, each requiring a single wood and minimal space. Stack these atop each other until you run out of space in your enclosure, at which point destroy the floor pieces at the base of your stack, and over time, the others should collapse as they would no longer be supported. Alternatively, I like to accelerate the destruction of the pieces with an AoE dealing weapon like the Demolisher to break them down faster to reclaim the wood and repeat the process. However, if doing this yourself, you may want to build a bigger enclosure to avoid damaging other nearby structures. Third is the cooking skill, which currently has a bug that allows you to level the skill, most certainly not how the developers intended. In fact, when either of the cooking stations or the stone oven are at max capacity, you can spam interact with them as if you were placing an item and still get experience for it. This is by far the fastest way to level cooking as of right now, but will most definitely get patched out in the future. Apart from that, the cooking skill is likely the most difficult to level without many hacks available to us. My recommendation is simply to cook as much food of whatever ingredients you have in abundance. For me, bread seems to work as I tend to have a lot of barley flour on hand, plus, like mentioned previously, any food cooked at the prep table requiring cooking after offers an opportunity to get double the experience preparing it first at the table and baking it after in the oven. And if you're interested in leveling any of your other skills in Valheim, I have a speedy strategy for each skill in this video right here.